Hey, what's up, what's up? Just sharing this out, just sharing this out. Just sharing this out, guys. Give me a share, give me a share. Hey, what's up, what's up? So welcome to Drug Recovery live streams. If you can please give this video a share and invite your friends, that'd be awesome. Yeah, we have Dustin Pribble coming on with us tonight. He's got some awesome stuff to share with us. Just got done listening to Calvin Harris. Awesome. Yeah, nah, don't be nervous, bro. Don't be nervous. You know, the last couple of nights, I haven't had it hasn't had been a big crowd tuning in. You know, it could still build up, but so yeah, I don't know how many people will be on, but yeah, so we have a few people here. I think I'm just going to find our opening recovery prayer, so just bear with me a second. Damn, I gotta be a bit more organized. So for myself, I had my first day back at course in my 5th week. We were learning about the 5 values which should be important in your life. Damn, I need to take notes. I left all my notes at course, but it's to do with honesty, trust, responsibility, concern, and one other there. I forgot off the top of my head. You know, the 5 values while using, and you know what it should look like in the real world when you're not using. So yeah. Anyway, I think I might just open this up now. Yes. Here we go. O Lord, I trust that you understand me. You have carried me in the hardest times. Only you have seen each despairing moment, and only you have walked beside me. Now I ask that you, with your gentle healing hands, would lead me away from drug addiction, cover my mind's body as I face the withdrawal, and fill my heart with songs of hope. Help me to see what you can already see. Cleanse me of all upset and brokenness. Free, live, love, restored, and redeemed. So yes, that is our opening prayer. Welcome Tracy, Sean, Stephen, Brian, Kara. Hope everyone's having I hope everyone's had a blessed day today, and yeah, I'm back. Awesome. So I'm going to add you in. It is adding you in. It is adding you in, bro. You need to have your auto rotation turned on, and
you hear me?
Hey, what's up? Yep, I
Oh
hear you
shoot,
loud and clear, bro.
no headphones. All right. Yeah, so those five principles you were talking about, that's pretty cool. Something big for me is honesty plus trust, or I'm sorry, honesty plus integrity equals trust.
Yeah,
Um,
awesome.
so I thought I might start off a little bit with some of my history.
Yeah,
I've been to
so introduction to yours. I'll just let people know who you are.
Yeah, my name is Dustin, and I'm a addict. I've got 108 days clean right now this time around.
Yeah,
Um,
awesome.
trying to stick to it this time. So yeah, I made some bullet notes so I can try to stay on track a little bit. Um,
Yeah,
I've got ADD, so I'm all over the place. Uh, but yeah, so I've been into Eastern philosophy, martial arts, and music since I was like 5, 6 years old. Um, been a big part of my life for a long time. I let addiction take it away from me. Um, I've had some traumas, in my younger years. I had 6 years of intense bullying from like physical abuse type of intense bullying from second grade to eighth grade. Um, so when I got into high school and I turned around a little bit, I ended up with my brother's high school. So there was some of his younger friends were there, me under his wing. I know you mentioned before too that you kind of went with the old too.
sorry. Oh, keep going. Sorry, sorry. I said to
Yeah, no
forget
worries.
something.
I started alcohol and over the counter bullshit when I was about 11, uh, and started getting real heavy into stuff when I was 13 and 4. I'm sorry, 14 and 15. I mean like heavy shit, ecstasy, LSD, mushrooms, hallucinogens were a big thing for me at first. I didn't get into a lot of the more it's all addictive, but I don't know how to describe it. More into the dope scene till later on.
Yeah,
Um, and because of the bullying and stuff, and being around the older guys, um, I've always been kind of a larger guy. Work out quite a bit. Uh, the martial arts, even though the martial arts kind of teaches you about respect and to use it responsibly. By 15, I ended up doing enforcing work, collecting money from people that wouldn't pay and stuff like that. Um,
oh yeah,
some stuff I got to make amends for there for sure. Uh, our main dealer uh, was a chemist and pharmacist, like legit. So we learned a lot about what actually goes on in the brain. I mean, not that it helped me from becoming an addict, but
yeah,
just kind of explain a little bit of how I know some of the things that I'm going to bring up later on.
right.
Um, and the drugs and the enforcing, just kind of dropped a veil over my face. Since I was a young age, I've always had this feeling of I wouldn't call it doom, but I've had a feeling like all of this isn't going to be here for very long, and I don't know if all of this is my life in general, Western culture. You know, I don't know what it is, but it's just been an ongoing theme in my head. So, I've kind of made sure that I've done things I thought were important for where I thought I was supposed to be. Um,
Yeah,
whether it be relationships or what have you. Uh, about was it 6 weeks after I graduated high school, which was also 5 days before my 18th birthday. My brother, we found him unresponsive. He'd gone to a little gathering, and after analysis, we found out that it was a drug-related poisoning. Um, we were partying on Xanax, and somehow cocaine, mixed with a neurotoxin ended up in his body. Um, we were in our circle, based in our county. If you got something somehow, one way or another, it came through us. So we kind of disturbed a lot of people, whether it be police or other dealers or whatnot. So we have no idea where it came from. I know my big dealer, him and his dad were also poisoned at one point with the same neurotoxin, but they ended up pulling out of it, thank God.
Was your brother an addict, or was he just
Yeah, he was an addict too. We ran in the same crowds. Him and about 6 or 7 of us. Kind of mob is the wrong word, but we ran some stuff.
yeah.
He was an addict, definitely. He was an he was an he was. We knew he was before we knew I was. For me at the beginning, it was just partying, having fun. It didn't start falling apart for me until after he passed away, which was a big part of me diving face first into it. Um, I held him in my arms while he passed away. Like it was some pretty deep, intense shit.
Damn, bro.
Um,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, I know he's with me, every day. In the depths of my addiction, I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't feel him around me. Um, I don't know what everyone believes, but I'm definitely an empath. With people's emotions, I can pretty much read right off the bat as long as I'm clean. Um, that's another thing is I've made some mistakes in relationships because I wasn't clean. I. Couldn't read people.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I
Just,
mean,
just
it is.
while you're on the note of your brother, it kind of reminds me of what I've got going on at the moment. I've cleaned my act up, but I used to enable my younger brother and give him drugs, and
Yeah,
get him, and now I've cleaned up, and but he's still out there, going hard, and he's staying with my mother, and she's been talking to me, telling me like, he thinks that he thinks there's cops got surveillance in the TV, and he's getting secret messages through the TV, and just all this crazy shit. And I'm pretty concerned for his safety at the moment. And
right.
but yeah, I've tried talking to him, but yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready to.
Not responsive to it, huh?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, there's
we
not
were the
much I can
same way.
talk about.
We me and my brother, we had an ongoing joke, but I mean, it's really not a joke because a lot of it was in our head. We had what they called Pribble paranoia. My last name is named after it.
Yeah,
So I totally get it. I mean, we would do stuff like put our junk in pizza boxes and act like we were bringing pizza to people's houses. I mean, we did some pretty silly stuff thinking that we were being watched. I mean, I'm sure at times we were, but
yeah,
um, a lot of it was paranoia than anything.
yeah. Hey, bro, I'll share a video after this. I've got this video. I used to I've got this video of footage. I used to record the moon every night because I used to think that the
Yeah,
moon was a drone. And I've got this video I've made, and it's just and it goes through different sequences of shots from every night. It's kind of a cool looking video I made, but it's weird as, bro. I used to literally think that the moon was a drone.
some pretty whacked out places for sure, man.
Yeah,
Um, Creative thought to say the least.
yeah. Anyway, I'll let you continue.
Yeah, so my detox experience. For the longest time, like um, I never experienced detox or withdrawals. I, w- I was a big oxy addict. OxyContin. I don't know if you guys have that over there. Uh, I'm sure you probably
What
do. It's
what is a lot of our drugs like especially prescription drugs, we have them, but they change the names of them when they come in.
right. So OxyContin is oxycodone, but there's no cut. It's all oxycodone. Usually they come in 80 milligrams. I don't know if you guys have Percocet down there, but the chemical is oxycodone.
Is it
It's
an opiate?
basically, yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah,
basically synthetic heroin that's so strong, you know.
yeah.
Um,
We have it here, definitely for sure.
yeah.
A lot of the drugs here that we have are imported from America, China, and Mexico. So a lot of the same stuff goes around.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I could take that 6 months straight and come off it, you know, and not be sick. You know, I might be a little irritable or, you know, pissy or, but I wouldn't be sick at all. And when I get into this, I don't want people to think that I'm shaming people on the medically assisted treatment because I'm really not. You know, however you get off, as long as you get off and you do it responsibly and wean yourself off from even the medically assisted, more power to you. I mean, it's no joke. Uh, so um, I was active in active addiction for 24 years. I turned 36 years today, or this week. This year, not this week. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I turned 30. So you know, from the time I was 11, that's when I started. Um, but yeah, so I started dabbling in the opiates about 16, 17, and then when my brother passed away, I actually took a year off everything except pot. Um, but my brain really kicked over. I don't know what it was, but at some point, it was like a switch. I dove in face first. Um, and again, I didn't experience withdrawals. I thought it was a hoax. You know, I thought it was people just wussing out. And I know for sure now it's not. Um, when I was 24, I ended up getting my commercial driver's license and driving semis across country. I know you're a truck driver too.
yeah, yep.
um, yeah, I white knuckled it for about 4.5 years, and that was the worst experience of my life. No recovery, just just dry time. Um, I hated everybody. I hated everybody, but at the same time, the isolation was killing me. You know, definitely addict mentality.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm an amateur MMA fighter, and I was training a lot when I was over the road, and I'd come home and have fights. My last fight, I dislocated my shoulder, and someone rattled a bottle of pills in my face. It was Dilaudid. Again, I don't know what you guys have down there, but it's another synthetic heroin. Um, and he said, "Here, pay me later," and it started it right back up. I did that for a couple of years, and I managed to clean up a little bit. And when I was when I was about 30, I moved out back down to Florida and hooked up with a girl I knew for a long time since I was a kid. She was on the methadone program, and I told her, she had take home bottles, and I told her, just keep it away from me. I don't want to see it. I don't mind if you have to, just keep it in the bathroom, do it as your morning routine. Just don't let me see it. And I mean, within 2 weeks, she was offering it to me. I joined up the methadone clinic just to get high. Uh, and again, I'm not shaming anybody that's in those programs that's doing it responsibly, but the clinics themselves have no accountability. At least here in the U.S., uh, they want your money. They want
How is it
patients for
given to you
life.
there?
What's up?
How is your methadone given to you in the United States?
From the clinics, it's in liquid form, and usually you start off between 20 and 30 milligrams, and you have to come every day.
Yeah, same
Uh,
here.
and then,
You go to your local pharmacy and they'll give it to you. You have to take the
yeah,
dosage in front of them.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
special clinics that are just for methadone, and they run similar to a pharmacy. You know, you go and check in at the front window, you know, sign in, then you wait your turn in line, and you move to another window where they dose you. Um, but after so many times going and so many clean piss tests, uh, you start to get what they call privileges, where you go dose and then they'll give you a couple bottles so you don't have to come back for a few days.
All right.
Um, yeah, I know people that you can. It takes a while, but you can get between 2 weeks and 30 days take home. So you only got to come in every 2 weeks or every month. And I mean, that's where the trouble starts, you know, black market and whatnot. Um, so yeah, I was I joined up just to get high. You know, I walked in there, I faked being sick, and they don't explain what they call PAWS, the post-acute withdrawal syndrome. They don't explain that to you. I don't know if you know about that. I'll explain a little bit about it later. They don't explain how the detox is going to be. In fact, most of the time you walk in and they say, "Are you ready to be on this for a long time? We have patients here that have been going 20 plus years." You know, they sell it as a lifetime fix, not as a medically assisted treatment. It's not a treatment; it's a lifetime fix here in the U.S. And it's
Yep.
very mismanaged. Um, if someone gets on a methadone program, they're going to have to be completely honest with themselves. You know, um, I do suggest that people like that go to meetings. I know it's a real sensitive topic at meetings, the whole medically assisted thing. Um, you know, with claiming clean time and that whole gig. But I mean, honestly, you don't have to claim clean time, even if you're totally clean. You're going for yourself. You know, you don't have to advertise. Um, well, clinics here are shit, no funding. uh, yeah. Um, I paid for a lot of my own out of pocket, and it gets ridiculously expensive. It's like paying a second rent, second mortgage. Um, but anyway, so yeah, when I moved from Florida up to Illinois with my wife and kids, um, we couldn't afford for me to go every day. So it got to the point where I would dose and then be sick for 3 days and then dose. You know, I had to. She got take home, so I took some of hers. You know,
Yeah.
because it was expensive. We didn't. The insurance wouldn't cover it up here. Um, so after that, at a point, I was taking that lasted a while, and I mean, being sick twice a week, every week for days is no way to live. Um, but after that, I got back on it. I was at 170 milligrams a day, which is astronomical. Uh, it just anything above 80 or 90 milligrams. I mean, again, I'm not trying to shame anybody, but that's like medically, that's way too high for anybody to be. I mean, you'd have to be taking grams a day, you know, to need anywhere near that. Um, and the way they work you up, like I said, they start you at 20 or 30, and then they work their way up. Can you see me? You got me
Yep, you're
now?
back. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Hey, just for a second, welcome to the people that have just joined. Welcome to Recovery Live Streams. If you can please give this video a share and invite your friends, that'd be awesome. We have Dustin Pribble here that's sharing his story with us. So we'll continue.
All right. So yeah, there's I was saying there's no reason for people to be that high because they start you so low, and then they work you up to get you not sick. Um, so by the time they work you up to even like 80 or 90 milligrams, you shouldn't be dope sick anymore because it's, you know, the way methadone works, the other stuff's going to be already out of your system and methadone's replacing it. So anything like I said above 80 or 90 is just them pushing the medication, pushing your tolerance up really, which is going to screw you on the back end. Um, so I was taking 170 milligrams a day, and then things fell off, and I wasn't able to go no more. So I went from 170 a day to absolutely nothing. Uh,
Oh,
and
that
okay,
sounds
so
dangerous.
yeah, and the detox off of it is way worse than dope. Um, Day 30 felt like day 5. Methadone can last up to 2 months of full blown dope sick. Um, and then beyond that, like I said, there's this thing called PAWS, post acute withdrawal syndrome, where you're not sick, but you still have your skin crawling at night, ants, like that feeling of ants in your joints. You can't sleep, you're racing mind, your emotions are up and down. It's withdrawal without being physically ill. Um, and that can last. Mine didn't last too terribly long, and I'll explain why. But that can last between 6 months to 2 years, and they don't explain this stuff
Wow.
in the clinic.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So the reason mine didn't last too long is I did that 30 days, and then I was able to find some more for about 3 weeks to a month. Again, I wasn't taking it every day at that point. I had come down, and it was a couple times a week, and then completely lost the ability to get it. And um, again, I was sick again, but this time the withdrawal only lasted about 12 or 14 days, and the pause symptoms only lasted beyond that. It lasted another about 2.5 months. But still, having that skin crawling and um, the no sleep during the 30-day stint that I did, I literally had a section of time where I did not sleep at all for 5 days straight. It's 5 days that I was completely awake. Yeah. So what people should be cautious when they choose a medically assisted program, and they should stay on top of it themselves. Um, Maybe even suggest an outside therapist, to be honest with, so you have some kind of accountability, or some kind of other program, because there in the United States, the methadone, there is no program. It's just, here, take your dose. Here, take your dose. You go and talk to what they call a counselor about once a week, but it's just, hey, how you doing? Your dose okay? All right, have a good day. I mean, 5, 10 minutes and you're in and out. And I mean, that's, you can't run a program that way.
Nah.
Yeah, that was
Nah.
my detox experience.
Duncan Brown just says he's 2 years off opiates. He's here from New Zealand, so he probably understands this a bit more than myself. I just smoked a whole lot of crystal meth, pretty much, but yeah,
Right,
I've seen people on opiates, so I know what it does to people, and I know how they act. I just never tried it myself.
right.
Yeah.
Uh, we all have our own demons, but I won't say be glad you didn't choose the other one. You know what I'm saying? We can never be glad we chose what we chose, but be glad that you chose, or that you didn't choose the opiates for sure. Because they can grab a hold of you and hold on. We used to call the high from the Oxycontin love, because that hole that we all feel when we don't have drugs, it takes it all away. Um, it's a real weird experience. Anything's okay. It's just whatever. Um, just one more, like they say. Uh, One's too many, and a thousand's never enough, for sure.
I like that.
So I wanted to talk, and I'm not promoting this. The next thing I'm going to talk about, but Switzerland was big on it, but Switzerland, UK, Germany, the Netherlands, and Canada had what they call HAT. It's a heroin assisted treatment. And I know that sounds really funny, and again, I'm not promoting it at all. This is just for education. And it's going to kind of segue into what I'm getting into. Uh, it was a treatment for people unresponsive to normal treatments. Like a last resort thing. Absolute. Um, It was medical grade. The UK started doing it in 1926, believe it or not, that early. Um, it was very restricted because eventually they found that there was there was a system of abuse just like the methadone is today. Um, okay, so in 1986, the reason they didn't start it at this year, but the reason the Swiss eventually started it was in 1986. They were having 500 cases of HIV per million people. Um, you know, they started a tolerance zone in Switzerland. There was a certain park where you could go to, and the cops wouldn't come bust you. But again, that became known as Needle Park. So they were just trying. They were grasping at straws because they saw the epidemic coming. Um, the tolerance zones lasted from 87 to 1992, and this HAT, the heroin assisted treatment, started in 1994. The reason I bring all this up is they started the heroin assisted treatment, and it was similar to how the methadone clinics are. Similar, no, I mean, kind of. Uh, there was a lot more oversight. Um, you didn't get take homes. You came there, you dosed in the morning, possibly once or twice throughout the day. After that, it was completely monitored. The nurses, took the pharmaceutical grade and monitored your dose from there. Um, and so after a while of the heroin assisted treatment in Switzerland, they found that exponentially people were getting clean. So above the treatment centers was a detox, and above the detox was a rehab, all in the same building. And they found that people were putting themselves through the whole course of treatment, all three levels. Because what takes up most of our time during the day when we're chasing it is the getting money to get more and chasing down the dope man to actually get the product. So without all of our day being consumed by it, they were finding people were going out and doing the things they loved again, going out playing soccer, getting work, whatever. And they kind of investigate why. And so chemically, when we do things we love in our brain, we get dopamine release. Same thing with drugs. Drugs don't get us high. Drugs trigger a chemical release in our brain of dopamine, serotonin, and a mixture of two kinds of adrenaline. This is what gets us high. So if we're out doing what we love, hey Dave, what's up, man? If we're out doing what we love, then we don't need an outside source for. You got me again?
Yep.
I
You're
am.
good.
Yeah, so it keeps pausing on my end. I don't know why. But yeah, so we don't need an outside source. We're promoting the release of these chemicals through activity instead of chemically. Um, so the longer people were going to the clinic and not out chasing the dope man and chasing the money, the more dopamine they were releasing through activity, through positive reinforcement, job, money, house, family, all that stuff. So eventually they started putting themselves through the treatment and getting off the dope completely. I really thought that fascinating. Again, I'm not promoting heroin assisted treatment at all, but just how the cycle came around when it was actually done in a responsible way. Um, okay, so that was a little bit on brain chemistry. So I talked about uh, the dopamine and serotonin. The release of those through joyous activities uh, is our natural high. Working out, playing soccer, whatnot. Like I said, and when we get off of drugs, we tend to have depleted a lot of our natural dopamine and serotonin. Um, and a lot of like those pause symptoms, a lot of those are happening because our brain is trying to rewire itself. It's trying to get those neural connections back that we screwed up through all the drug use. So
Mm.
it's going to act funny on the body all over, on our body, on our mental state, everything. Um, Something I did, and okay, so I should have said this before. I'm not a medical professional. I do a lot of science studying. I was a science geek in school. I love nutrition. I again, I'm an MMA fighter. I used to work at nutrition centers, a couple different ones. So I mean, I've done some studying. I don't have any degrees, so anything I say, check with a healthcare professional. Don't just take my word for it. Everybody's body works a little bit different, even though we're all the same. So, so
I
yeah.
like that.
Thank you, thank you. Um, I don't want to be responsible for someone going out and trying a course of action that their doctor could have simply said, why don't you do it this way? Because of this or that. Some people have high blood pressure. Some people just, everybody. We're all the same, but we're all a little bit different. Um,
Hey,
yeah, Dave likes my
Dave
beard.
Wheeler, he says your beard is awesome,
Yeah, thanks, bro. Usually I got
bro.
it trimmed down and I got handlebars and
I can't grow one. It's embarrassing. I'm 30, nearly 33, bro. It's like it's just bum flops. So I've given up. But yeah, respect to you for growing such a good looking beard because I can't do it myself. So yeah,
right.
I admire
Thank you.
that.
Usually I got it trimmed down a little bit. I look more like Wolverine usually, but I've been working a lot lately and trying to use my money elsewhere. I need to buy some clippers and get it back down, but when it grows wild. Even the hair on my head, if I want to keep it trimmed down, it's like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, or else it just gets all bushed out.
Oh, bro,
So yeah,
my hair's a disaster at the moment. That's why I'm wearing a hat. But I'm on the ankle bracelet. They won't even let me go to the hairdressers to get a haircut. So I'm kind of screwed at the moment. But anyway, I'll just deal with it for a couple more months, and I'll be off this bracelet, and I'll be
oh
back to society.
yeah, man, that's crazy, dude. They won't let you go to the hairdresser, just back and forth to your treatment center, huh?
Yeah, and just to the doctors if I need to go doctors or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
they just expect you
Just
to
the
get the
bare
old scissors out
necessities.
of your own hair, which I might do. I found the pair of scissors, and I'm just gonna give it a go. So if I come on here tomorrow looking like a idiot, I'll be wearing a hat anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right. So yeah, we were talking about brain chemistry. There's a couple supplements people can. Okay, there's a couple supplements I've used. Uh, so first thing that helped me out was, and this helped me out with the pause is okay when saying we're sweating, we urinate, we're flushing all the toxins out of our body. So we need electrolytes. It's a very big thing, and I don't mean like Gatorade. There, there's a couple brands here in the U.S. One's called Body Armor. I don't know what you guys have down there, but I would stay away from sugary stuff. Um, Gatorade is big here in the U.S., but unless you get like with the powder stuff, like the athletes drink, it's basically glorified juice.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so if you're gonna do electrolytes, what I found really good is hey, thanks, Dave. You have a good night, bro. What I found that works really good, okay, is watermelon. Just get a watermelon and scoop out the inside, put it in a blender. You want to make sure you get some of the soft rind, not the outside hard pieces, but scrape off some of the green stuff on the inside. It's super high in electrolytes. Usually when I do that, I mix it with some pineapple, to give it a little better flavor because it does get a little salty with the electrolytes.
Yeah.
Um, Citrus fruit in general really helps the vitamins. You want to start eating more fresh foods, green vegetables, fruits. You know, stay away from processed crap because your body's already flushing out enough BS as it is. Um, Again, stay hydrated. The electrolytes, but also water. Lots and lots of water. Um,
Hi, Brian.
what's that?
I was just saying, good night to Brian. He's off.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Brian. So yeah, uh, protein is good too. Okay, so all protein is broken down into amino acids, different amounts of a different well, really, any amino acid is a protein. It's just a smaller building block. Um, it's like comparing a block of iron to a single iron atom, you know? Um, so uh, you can use a mixture of amino acids. You know, they come pre-mixed as a powder, but specific ones you want to look for is there's one called L-tyrosine. Um, it it actually replaces the dopamine in your brain. And dopamine is also related to melatonin, and the natural production of melatonin helps you sleep. So that's why L-tyrosine is important, because the dopamine is one of the fulfillment chemicals in your brain. Um, there's another one called tryptophan. A lot of people know about tryptophan because it's in turkey. It's what makes you sleepy. Uh, you know that the tyrosine, I usually wake up and I take it in the morning time with my morning supplements. The tryptophan, I take it in the form of what's called 5-HTP. It's L5 hydroxytryptophan. It's just a cleaner version of it, basically. I take
This
that
is
at nighttime.
good night, Haley.
Good night, Haley. So yeah, I take the 5-HTP at nighttime, and 5-HTP or tryptophan, serotonin is your pleasure sense. So if you're replacing the pleasure sense and the fulfillment sense in your brain that is now depleted from the drug use, it's going to help your withdrawals along. Maybe not the dope sick part, but all the rest of it. You know, the tingly joints, the whole everything I described with the rewiring of the brain. This is going to assist in all of that. Let me see what else I got here.
All right. Catch you later, Duncan.
Later, Duncan.
Respect.
So yeah, the another thing is, I mentioned the fresh fruits and green veggies. Green veggies, I like broccoli, pole beans, which are the flat green beans, um, spinach, kale, all that good stuff. But along with that, physical activity, because physical activity is what releases what all this good nutrition is putting back in you. Like I mentioned, you know, the people in the HAT programs, they were going out doing what they loved again, which increases your brain putting these good chemicals out. So if you're replacing them, you also need to put them out. You know, find a physical activity you like to do, whether it be walking your dog. A friend of mine, he walks his dog about 15 miles a day, or more even sometimes. Yeah. I like lifting weights. That's something that I've done since I was not real little, since I was about 14 or 15 when I got into high school. Um, and I can be having a shitty day and then go work out and turn it into the most amazing day I've ever had. You know, the dopamine and serotonin release, you get endorphin releases. You just and another thing is it gets my brain thinking differently. Like it changes my thought process because of these chemical releases that I'm perpetuating. You know, I'm making it happen, not a drug. Um, a couple more things. Like I said before, I've studied Eastern philosophy since I was like 5 years old. My mom started giving me books on it real early. And meditation is huge for me. I meditate with some kind of light music every single night, with Pink Floyd or Fleetwood Mac, or a spiritual esque, mellow, trance type, music. And along with meditation comes contemplation, which I usually contemplate a lot more. I think my thought process a lot more while I'm working out. Um, but the working out and the meditation also, um, you know, when I was using and when I was just coming off, uh, there was a lot of time where like I hated the world. Right now, I'm not that way. I see things that I don't like, and I'm trying to make a positive way to change them. I'm
Yeah,
planning a move pretty soon to study some plant medicine and other things with a couple shaman I know, and I really want to open a plant medicine farm. And people that are willing, help them along their path too. Um,
yeah,
a lot of people are willing, but they don't have a path, or they can't see the path. So, it kind of stops right there with the willingness. Um, yeah, so I've come to the end of my list, really.
so what what has what have you been doing to keep clean? Do you do
uh,
regular meetings and stuff?
yeah, I do regular meetings. Right now, I'm in a sober living house. Um, a group of guys. We've got a house manager that he's been to classes. I don't know how to really describe it. He's taken like college courses on addiction. He's basically addiction, not a therapist, but addiction counselor type work.
Yeah,
He lives in the house with us, uh, and there's a few guys on each level of the house. Big thing is service work and um, how do they describe it in the program? Service work and a social network. People you can reach out to that have been there. They've got more time than you. Um, Like-minded people, like some people like I can't talk to about certain things, like my meditation techniques or the plant medicine or stuff like that, because they end up thinking I'm crazy, like I'm diving into magic or something. You know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah.
Finding a real stable social network is a big thing. There's a couple people that run another group. I'm gonna refrain from using their names, but um, they have helped me through so much. Um, they become really good friends of mine. I can call them basically any time of the day, and if they can't get to me right then, they're gonna get to me before the day's over. And the insight that they have and how they relate almost exactly to where I am or the experiences I've had. And they have a really good way of relating to me, even if the way they relate isn't exactly um, what I'm going through. They can still make an experience they've had compare to it. So social network is really good. In service work, whether it be making coffee at my regular meetings or greeting people at the door. Um, so when I only had 2 weeks clean, um, I I I started just talking on some of these groups, and through what I had to say, I ended up getting a girl um, ready to get clean. Uh, just giving her
Yeah,
perspective. Um, So I mean that was amazing. When you start realizing that whatever higher power you have can actually work through you to get to other people, and vice versa. Your higher power work through other people to get to you.
yeah,
Um, it makes you want to just do it more and more. Um, yeah, service work is big. Service work and social network, reaching out, making phone calls. Um, my sponsor, he's a big help, helping me through the steps and stuff. And if I have a situation he really can't relate to, he'll give me 3 or 4 phone numbers of other people in the program that I can reach out to. Um, they'll accept my phone calls. They're everybody I've ran into that's in the program where I'm at in Chicago is they're just amazing and welcoming for sure.
Awesome. So have about 8 minutes left. So I don't know. I guess I'll get you to give a quick message to those ones still out there struggling. Try and entice them into recovery, and then yeah, probably leave it there.
All right. Um, so what got me into recovery was it was kind of a mixture of things. Okay, so my last day using was the last day my wife was in the house. My first day of recovery was the day that she disappeared with my son. So no matter what you're going through, it can always get better without the drugs. I know when healing to me, but um, I mean, like I said, the first day I stopped using was when my wife disappeared with my son. So um, whatever anybody's going through, uh, you can do it sober for sure. Um, and reach out, a social network um, is huge, you know. Um, I mean, I hope that people understand what I'm trying to get across. My last day of use was the last day my wife was in the house, and my first day clean was the day she left. A lot of people would dive right back out, and between that and a friend of mine, I randomly got a notification that a friend of mine was going live on another group. Friend of mine that I've known since high school, he's got 9 years clean now. Um, so I was like, let me just check this live out, right? And so I checked it out, and everything they had to say, it wasn't my exact situation, but it was what I needed to hear at the time to get me in the rooms. 2 days later, I was in the room. I found a meeting. I didn't have any social network besides that one guy. He was 1,200 miles away. So, you have to put the footwork in too. I found my own meeting. I had to call the hotline, but through the hotline, I got to a meeting, and everything kind of snowballs once you put that first foot forward. Um, and you can't do it alone. None of us can do it alone. We all need to be we need to do the work, but we need to be propped up in order to start the work. Um, I don't know what else to say.
Oh,
If you're
awesome,
having
man.
trouble, it's a huge thing. Reach out.
Yeah. I really appreciate you coming on, and well, I gotta say, you're you're a smart man, bro. Like, there's a lot of stuff there that is real helpful, but it sounds like you know your stuff, and so respect to you.
I appreciate it. Hey, thanks, Bonnie. She's on one or two of my other groups.
Yeah, a lot of us are all connected together, like in the recovery world is like, it's a big world, but it's a small world as well.
Oh yeah, we're all brothers and sisters here for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks so much for coming. I have about 4 minutes left, so I'll leave it there, and yeah, I'm sure we will definitely speak again sometime.
Absolutely, bro. Anytime, hit me up. Any of you guys on here, if you need encouragement or any like scientific advice, nutritional, whatever, what have you, feel free, hit me up anytime.
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you want to add him, you know, he'll type something after this, so you'll see his name and you know tap that and send him a message, whatever. We're all here to help each other and uplift each other and support each other because we're all going through the same thing, just different routes, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. We're all on different paths, but going to the same goal.
Yep. So yeah, once again, thanks again for coming on, and yeah, peace out, bro.
Peace, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay, later.
Later.
Oh wow, what an awesome live. Um, you know, just you know, what an inspirational dude. You know everything he's been through, losing his brother. Um, you know, just all the information that he's got, and you know, so you know, addicts. Some of us are like, you know, not everybody is what's the word? I don't even want to say the word, but like what I'm trying to say is that like, you know, the most intelligent of us, and the most yeah, addiction can take anybody. Really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you come from a good family, if you come from a rich family, a poor family. You know, you can. Addicts are born in millionaire homes. They come from the hood. You know, addiction can grab a hold of anybody, and you know, it gets a powerful hold upon people. Whether you are struggling with you know, drugs or alcohol, um, you know, both substance use is hard to it's a hard thing to give up. So I have major respect for anybody that you know does come into recovery and gives it up because yeah, I'm so it is the 11th. Another 5 days. 5 days. I will have 6 months. So you know, I'm pretty proud of that. That's a big milestone for me. And so yeah, I'm still quite new to this recovery game myself. And you know, I'm still learning. That's what I'm trying to take is you know learn as much advice and stuff as I can from people because you know knowledge is key to everything. That's my belief. And yeah, I'm just loving it. You know, I'm back. I finally got back with. I'm back with in the house with my partner. I'm back with my son. I'm going to rehab. You know, I'm going to NA meetings. Um, I've never been so happy. I've never been happier. And also, I just want to say thank yous for everyone that you know follows me and sends me messages of that I inspire them, and also just everyone that just tunes into my lives. You know, I'm so grateful, and yeah, I'm just truly grateful and humbled um, to be doing this and to be a part of this. And you know, I haven't been doing these lives for very long, but you know, it's just strengthening and growing like at a rapid pace, and I'm just you know, I'm amazed, and yeah, it's just been awesome. Also, I just I just started my own page. I've got my group, Drug Recovery Live Streams, but I just started the page, Drug Recovery Live Streams, which you know I'll be going live from my my page, Drug Recovery Live Streams soon, instead of going live from my personal page. Um, but I'm just building that up at the moment. I just started it yesterday. The page has already gained over 200 likes, so you know I'm just trying to get all my viewers and followers to like my page. So first before I start going live from it, because you know I don't want people to be to miss my lives because I won't be doing it from my personal page anymore. But you know I might do that. I might start that in the next week or two. Just give time people time to join up to the new page before I start using it. Else people might just think that I've totally stopped. So yeah. So it is bang on 8 o'clock New Zealand time now. So this is the time that I will give our closing recovery prayer and end this with the blessings of God. If you can please give me prayer hand emojis, pray in those comments below. Spam me with prayer hands, and as soon as I start seeing some prayer hands, I will start our closing recovery prayer. So please, guys, if you can just spam me with prayer hands, that would be awesome. I just love seeing those pray hands and just spam the hell out of this live with them. I know they're gonna start anytime. I guess you're probably just looking through the emojis now. There we go. Oh Lord, I trust that you understand me. You have carried me in the hardest times. Only you have seen each despairing moment. Only you have walked beside me. Now I ask that you, with your gentle healing hands, would lead me away from drug addiction. Cover my mind and my body as I face the withdrawal and fill my heart with songs of hope. Help me to see what you can already see. Cleanse me of all upset and brokenness. Free, live, love, restored and redeemed. We ask your blessing be upon all who suffer from addiction. Strengthen them to reach out for help. Enable them to take the first step to recovery. Bless them with persistence to persevere in the fight to be free. Give courage and hope to their families, drawing them closer together in the power of your love, which alone can transform our living. Amen. It's 8. Hey, welcome, Chris, and also bye, Chris. This is the you've just tuned in at the end, but this, if you want to rewatch this, we had an awesome speaker tonight. He was a true inspiration, and he's got a lot of good knowledge. So I do suggest that if you missed to rewatch this, because yeah, this is awesome. So this will be posted to my personal page, James Anderson. Also, this will be posted to my group, Drug Recovery Live Streams, and also to my new page, Drug Recovery Live Streams. So yeah, please. How do I do this? So please, if you haven't already, follow my page, James Anderson, to receive live notifications for when I go live. Also, please go and join my group, Drug Recovery Live Streams, and go and like my page, Drug Recovery Live Streams. I go live at 7 o'clock every night New Zealand time, which is 1 hour ago from now. So for those of you that are outside of New Zealand, it is 1 hour ago. That's the time that I go live. My girlfriend's over here. She's trying to put me off. She's doing a chicken dance. She's at the door doing a chicken dance, trying to put me off. She wants her phone back because I use her phone every time I go live. But I would put the camera on there, but she'll hate me if I put the camera on there. And I've been trying. Hey, why don't you come on and say hi to my viewers? There's only 7 people here.
No, I'm fine.
Please. Damn. No, one of these days I'm gonna get her on. She's like, she hates photos taken of her. She hates being on video, and but one of these days I am going to convince her to get on here, and yeah. So
I'm just being a dick, sorry.
so yeah, much love and respect to all guys. Actually, I have a few viewers here. Does anyone want to come on and give a quick 2-minute message before I go? A quick shout out. The people say hello, Sarah. So yeah, I tried to get her on. She ran away. Did you see her? Did you see her? I turned the camera towards her and she she ran off. Um, I've got a few people here now. Damn it. Okay, no, she's asking me to wrap it up. She wants her phone back, so yeah, I have to go. Um,
I just need to call my dad. What? Why are you laughing? Why? Oh, Jamie!
sorry. So there you go. There's my girlfriend. She's gonna hate me for that, but I can only ask so many times.
I could have been standing there picking my nose.
No, you look beautiful.
But I could have been like, Jamie, stop it. I want my phone back. I need to call my dad, please. Come on.
Oh, that. Anyway. Oh, thank you. She's beautiful.
Is that your words?
No, that's their words. They're saying that you're beautiful.
Jamie,
Come, I'm not videoing you. I swear to God, come.
No, I
Actually, no, don't come in because I said I swear to God, and I actually was videoing you, so I don't want I don't want to say that and then be lying. Anyway, so there, you guys have seen my partner. She's awesome and she supports me, and also I want to give credit to her. She has supported me a lot, and I owe a lot to her, and I probably wouldn't be I know I wouldn't be clean if it wasn't for her. Um, and she's wanted this for a long time. Nah, don't be shy. She is beautiful. She may hate you for a bit, but she will get over it. Actually, you know what? She's like standing at the door and she's still got a smile on her face.
Jamie, stop embarrassing me.
And she's taking it pretty well. So yeah. No, she's
Jamie, I just need my phone back.
okay. Okay. Anyway, love you guys. Much love and respect. I'm like been carrying this on and on. Stay clean, stay out of trouble, stay safe. Go work your steps. If you're still in addiction, go reach out to somebody for help. Call an addiction helpline. Go check yourself into recovery, into treatment, into rehab, whatever you want to call it. And just do whatever it takes. The chase your recovery like you used to chase your next fix, like you chased the drug dealer, like you chased the dope man, like you chased your next bag, like you chased that next tinfoil of drugs, whatever, however you got it. Um, you know, I'm I'm also here for you guys. If you want to reach out, I can I can offer you encouragement and support. I will refrain from offering advice because the wrong advice can lead to relapse and ultimately, worst case scenario, lead to death. So I'm very mindful about what I say. Um, and, one last time, if you haven't already, follow my personal page, James Anderson. Please go and join my group, Drug Recovery Live Streams, and go and like my page, my new page, Drug Recovery Live Streams. I will be going live from my page very soon. I love you guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, I hate this time. I hate the end of the I hate the end of the show because I get so connected and I get so caught up with this, and I just I just love it so much that you know it makes me a little bit sad every time I have to say bye. And yeah, but anyway. I love you guys, much love and respect, and this is James Anderson signing out. Drug recovery live streams coming at you from Central Auckland, in the bottom of the world, Southern Hemisphere. I love you guys. Peace. Finish. Okay, it's not finishing.